Sunderland, the Black Cats. Without sounding overly harsh, I think it's safe to say that they have become one of the laughing stocks of English football over the past few seasons. A well-documented double relegation from the Premier League down to League One, along with growing unrest between fans and the club. This banter era was only doubled down upon this past weekend when they lost to Charlton Athletic in the final minutes of the promotion final, obviously missing out on promotion to the championship. Well, it's time to stop laughing at Sunderland, no matter how fun it's been. Today, we rebuild them from struggling third division side to champions of Europe. This is the Sunderland rebuild. G'day guys, how's it going? It is JarradHD here. Yes, we are off to the English League One again. Always a good time when we head to this league. It is time for one of the most highly sought after rebuilds in recent memory. Sunderland, a banter club currently. Let's see if we can take them over and bring them back to the Premier League and beyond. But lads, if you do go on to enjoy what is sure to be a very difficult rebuild, make sure you leave a like on the video. Also make sure, if you are new around here, that you bloody scorpion kick that subscribe button. I know we're a little bit far off it at the moment, but my current goal is 300,000 subscribers, which is a ridiculous number to say. For those of you who have not seen a rebuilding challenge video yet, here are the rules. So the main objective of this is to take a team to the Champions League final. We will be simulating every single game up until the Champions League final, which we will play ourselves. We can make whatever transfers we like. Realistic, unrealistic, it does not matter. There's a big focus on the transfer window, only showing players that we sign. And finally, don't get butthurt if I sell your favorite player. Let's get into the rebuild. So this is what our starting lineup looks like for the first season here. Definitely a lot of work to be done with this Sunderland side across the rebuild, but my main goals for season one are a new left back and a new centre midfielder. But there's one piece of business I plan on making right away. Let's go do that now. And here it is. It is Kone, Lamine Kone. Why in the world would I have him loaned out to Strasbourg when we can have this man in our side, 75 rated centre back in the championship? There is no way we are not having him in our Sunderland side, so welcome back. So our first signing in charge of Sunderland is going to be for a new midfielder. Boubakary Soumaré, the midfielder from France, is coming across for £2 million. We sign him from Lille. And it is a player departure here as we sell the Costa Rican left back Brian Oviedo to West Bromwich Albion. £760,000 is the transfer fee. We sell one left back and sign another. It is Greg Taylor coming to Sunderland from Kilmarnock, in the Scottish League. £2 million is the transfer fee. That's a quality pickup. Forget McLaughlin. There is a new man that is going to control things between the sticks, and it is going to be Marcus Schubert, who is coming across from Dresden. £2.1 million for the young German goalkeeper. So a pretty busy opening window in charge of Sunderland. Soumaré, Taylor and Schubert all into the club. Oviedo out of the club. Oh, Tommy Juric. My guy, Tommy Juric. If you are a Wanderers fan, you'll know what I'm talking about. Tommy Juric is the man. He goes to Charlton, but regardless, I got sidetracked. Hopefully, we can get promoted. That is the goal. Let's check in on the goal on the 1st of January. This is exactly what we want to see. Sunderland, top of the league at the halfway point. Although, to be fair, Sunderland were in a good position like this for a lot of the real life seasons, so we are not counting our chickens before they hatch. We want to be here on the final day of the season, but it's a strong start so far. A new striker signing here. I don't know if he's immediately going to get into the starting 11. Regardless though, we have signed Josh Sargent from Werder Bremen. The American striker joins us for £1.4 million. Over the bloody moon with this transfer here, we have had to fight off not only Aberdeen, but also Barcelona to secure the services of Tom Edwards from Stoke City. The young Englishman joins us for £1.55 million. So 2 players in January, that's a pretty rare occurrence. Sargent and Edwards into the side though, and hopefully this is the starting 11 that can lead us back up to the championship? We'll find out that answer now. Get in there, lads. We have gone up automatically to the championship. Absolutely walking League One. 101 points. That is exactly what we were after. It is ourselves and Luton Town automatically going up, with Charlton Athletic, Oxford, Portsmouth and Barnsley fighting it out for that final spot. Scrolling down the table, however, Walsall, Bristol Rovers, Wickham and Accrington all relegated. Manchester City have won the FA Cup. Liverpool take down Stoke to win the Carabao Cup. Charlton Athletic have won the Checker Trade Trophy, but they haven't been promoted. Oxford United took down Barnsley to join us in the championship. Atletico Madrid have won the Champions League for season 1. And the Europa League winners are Frankfurt. So that is season 1, done and dusted. We did our job. And now it's just a matter of cracking on to season number 2 and continuing our move back to the Premier League. Season 2 begins with a big addition to the centre-back spot. It is Jeremy Gelin coming across from Stade Rennais in the French League. £7.8 million for the Frenchman. He's going to be a big pickup for us. I feel it. I feel it in my core. I don't know what that was. I apologise. 2 player departures here. Chris Maguire off to Union for £610,000, whilst John McLaughlin is off to Celtic for £1.15 million. And Robin Rutter is headed to Al Ittihad for £310,000. Clearly we have a priority when it comes to getting rid of some of our older players. Adam Matthews has departed the club. He's not super old, but definitely low down in the pecking order at the peak of his powers, so we have sold him to Nottingham Forest for $720k. And on transfer deadline day, we have made a significant addition to our starting lineup here, improving at the attacking midfield role as Kieran Dow makes the move from Everton to Sunderland. We have signed him for just £5.5 million, so thank you very much Marco Silva for the bargain there. So a pretty active window here. Gelin and Dow into the club, McLaughlin, Maguire, Rutia and Matthews out of the club, and already the majority of our starting 11 are in the 70s, so I'm curious to see how we're going to go in the championship this season. Of course, survival is priority number 1, but if we can reverse, like an Uno reverse card of what happened to Sunderland where they went straight back down, and we could go straight up in 2 seasons, I'd take that. Okay, so mid-table at the halfway point, sitting in 14th on 29 points. We're only 5 points away from the relegation zone, which is a little bit worrying. And then we are 17 points, I believe that is, away from Stoke City in 6th. So it's looking like our goal this season is going to be survival in the championship. Unlike last January though, we are unable to do any business here. So now the question remains, how is season 2 with Sunderland going to conclude? Will we survive in the championship? Let's find out. Wow, okay, so this season actually proved to be a lot closer than I first expected. We have survived Season 2 and our first in the championship. However, we finish in 18th position on 49 points. It is Hull City, Preston and Luton Town going down, and the sides going up. Bournemouth and Fulham straight back up to the Prem, with Cardiff, Stoke, Norwich and West Brom fighting it out for the final spot. Newcastle United did win the FA Cup 2-1 over West Ham. Chelsea took down Manchester City 2-0 in the Carabao Cup. Stoke City secured their spot back in the Premier League next season with a 2-1 win over West Brom in the Championship playoff final. AC Milan took down Barcelona to win the Champions League. And Manchester United took down Borussia Dortmund to win the Europa League. So it wasn't pretty this season, but we have survived relegation. Looking to build on this season, potentially make a run at the playoffs in season number 3. And it is a new left mid addition to the side to kick off our 3rd season in charge at the Stadium of Light. We have signed Alexis Claude Maurice. The Frenchman has joined us from Vancouver Whitecaps for £11.7 million. And we have also signed our first regen player just for a little bit of squad depth and because he looks like he could grow maybe into somewhat of a decent player, but it is an Asian Brazilian. Interesting combo. Felipe Aliste Lima Magales, or Magalhaes, coming here on a free deal. Welcome to Sunderland. So a pretty calm window compared to what we're used to, but still some significant business being done there. And our starting 11 coming together quite nicely. Honestly, I feel like we should be making a run at the playoffs, if not automatic promotion this season, but we'll see how that turns out at the halfway point of the season. Alright, so on the 1st of January, we are in the hunt for playoff football. Still a little bit off, 6 points behind Swansea, but definitely in a position where if we have a strong second half of the season, we can definitely make a push for promotion. It is Cardiff and West Brom in the automatic spots right now. And in the danger zone are QPR, Wigan and Charlton. It's frustrating. We've only been able to bring in one big name signing this season. I wanted to sign somebody in January, but financially we could just not afford to do it, because when I'm spending 10 million, 11 million pounds on a player, and that's our entire budget, I have to spend that sort of money if I want to make any upgrade to the side. So, bit of a balancing act until we can get a decent amount of money. Hopefully, that amount of money comes because we get promoted to the Premier League next season. It's a bit of a pipe dream, but we've got to be hopeful. Let's get to the end of the 3rd season with Sunderland. So, we have finished in 10th position. It's a half-decent season, but we've finished 5 points away from the playoffs. We were 5 points away from Reading. Disappointingly, we have to fight a 4th season without being in the Premier League, the 3rd season in the Championship. Swansea and Villa automatically going up, and the sides going down are Wigan, Oxford and Charlton. It was a Merseyside derby in the FA Cup with Liverpool coming out on top. But Everton did get up in the Carabao Cup, taking down Leicester City 4-1 in that final. And it is Cardiff City heading straight back up to the Premier League next season. Tottenham, they have taken down Barcelona and won the Champions League. Fair play. And Inter Milan have taken down Liverpool 2-0 in the Europa League final. So we've absolutely flown through the 3rd season here, but we're slowly laying down the foundations to get ourselves back to the Premier League. Season 4, Premier League re-emergence, Premier League promotion is the number one and only goal. Let's get onto it. I love a release clause bargain. And well, Season 4 begins with a pretty significant one here. We have signed Christian Ferreira from River Plate in Argentina for £2.85 million. He has a valuation of £8.5 million. What a find, what a signing. Welcome to Sunderland, Christian Ferreira. And another significant signing here, Axel Tuanzebe taking the step permanently down to the Championship as we have brought in the man from Manchester United for £8.7 million. So we've made 2 big signings already, but we're trying to now get some development around the starting 11. Elias Paslak, a German defensive midfielder, will be joining us here as a free agent signing. 65 rated at age 18. Welcome to Sunderland, mate. And you might have seen this guy's name hanging around the top of the screen there. Phil Twam, the Ghanaian centre forward, will be joining Paslak as our 2nd free agent signing and our 4th signing overall of the summer. A bit of a signing out of left field, but we have signed Paul Izzo from Adelaide United in the Australian A-League, the Hyundai A-League, for £1.75 million. Now, he won't be wearing the number 1 in the Sunderland side, but I realised if Schubert got injured, we literally had no goalkeepers, and someone like Lee Catamol would have had to play goalkeeper for us. So we have signed the Australian goalkeeper, Paul Izzo. Welcome to Sunderland, mate. So a very stacked transfer window here with Sunderland. Ferrero, Tuanzebe, Paslak, Twam and Izzo all into the club. Our starting 11 is now very, very strong. I mean, if we don't get promoted this season, I will be quite concerned, but we'll see how that promotion goal is trotting along on the 1st of January. Good. That's what we want to see. We're currently sitting in the automatic promotion spots with Nottingham Forest, But we do have sides like Stoke, Leeds and Sheffield Wednesday all breathing down our necks, so we need to make sure we keep this form up in the second half of the season and get that automatic promotion to the Premier League. We don't even want playoffs, we want automatic goddamn promotion. No real surprise is that after our pretty busy opening window in this season, that January hasn't been busy at all. New players into the club, but I'm hopeful that this side with now 2 80 rated players can do the job and secure Premier League promotion for the Black Cats once again. Let's go! We have been promoted with Nottingham Forest. Both our clubs get through to the Premier League in pretty comfortable fashion. And now it is between Fulham, Norwich, Stoke and Derby to fight it out for that final Premier League spot. But all I care about is that we have gone up to the Premier League. Season 5 will see the return of Sunderland. As we scroll down at the championship table, however, it is Hull City, Plymouth Argyle and Millwall all being relegated. We actually made the FA Cup final. Are you shitting me? The FA Cup final. If we beat Man United in the FA Cup final, we would have been playing Europa League football in our first season. But unfortunately, we've gone down 4-1 to Man United. In the Carabao Cup, however, it was Everton winning on penalties in that one. And Stoke City have eliminated Fulham to go up to the Premier League along with ourselves and Nottingham Forest next season. Atletico Madrid have also won a penalty shootout here over Napoli to be crowned Champions League winners again. Well done. And Lazio have beaten Everton to win the Europa League. It would have been insane if we were playing Europa League football next season. We would have gotten so much money for that. So we have achieved exactly what we wanted, and we are going into the Premier League with what I would say is a pretty good side. So a few more additions next season, and I'm hopeful that we will survive relegation. Lads, remember last season when I said, imagine if we're in the Europa League in our first season? We're in the goddamn Europa League. I think that's because United must have qualified for Champions League and Everton must have qualified for Champions League and all this stuff. So we've made the Europa League despite never playing a game in the Premier League in our time in charge of Sunderland. How good! But the first piece of business to be done this season is the departure of Tom Flanagan, who finds himself now a Rayo Vallecano player for £890,000. There is now a new star midfielder in Sunderland at the Stadium of Light. Cengiz Ünder, the Turkish right winger, joins us from Roma for £41.9 million. What a massive signing that is. And Dylan McGow is headed to FC Sion in Switzerland for £1.7 million. And we have sold Reece James to Independiente just under £2 million for the Englishman's signature. It feels like the whole right-hand side of our squad is getting a massive makeover. Diogo Dalot is the latest player to join us here. The Portuguese right back comes from Lille for £26 million. So Ünder and Dalot really strengthen up the right hand side. Thank you, Europa League money. We've got rid of Flanagan, McGow and James. And let's see how the hunt for survival, I guess. But realistically, I think we should be able to finish mid-table. But let's see how the season unfolds on the 1st of January. Surrey ball not working out for you, Chelsea. Unlucky, Abramovich. I'm staying at the Stadium of Light. I would definitely rather live up north than in London, said nobody ever. Oh, okay. We're sitting in 17th position. We're only 1 point above the relegation zone. Look at how many draws we have had. Wow, all right. We are in the relegation battle, which I did not expect. I thought we'd be somewhere where, I don't know, Spurs are, Arsenal are. I thought we'd be finishing mid-table, but tough. Luke O'Neill has been sold to Ghent. £2.55 million is the transfer sum. Best of luck, mate. We are going to make our first pre-contract signing for this Sunderland rebuild. Haven't done any. We're 5 seasons in. We're in the Premier League. It is time. And we're bringing in someone I haven't signed for quite a while. It is Tanguy Ndombele, the French wonder kid, will be joining us at the Stadium of Light in season number 6. I am so excited for Ndombele to come in next season. The big question is though, is he coming in to a Premier League side? Wait, hold up. Oh my, look at Watford. Did they really bring in Robert Lewandowski and Ciro Immobile? If they brought both of them in, don't you ever tell me in the comment section again that career mode's unrealistic. What the hell? What? Okay, fair play Watford, but let's make sure we survive. Oh crap, we've had a very good second half of the season. And when I first saw that, I was like, oh, okay, like that's bloody good considering where we were at the halfway point. Crystal Palace, West Ham and Stoke relegated. We finish this season, our first one in the Premier League, in 13th, so mid-table like we'd hoped for, and the Premier League champion is Manchester City. Everton are able to win the FA Cup this season, and Everton have done the double. They've won the Carabao Cup, so our chances of being back in the Europa League looking impossible now. Atletico Madrid took down Lyon 2-0 in the Champions League final, and Real Betis have won the Europa League on a penalty shootout. I'm interested though, how did we go in the Europa League? So, we got out of the group comfortably with Celtic. Pretty tough group, that one. Round of 32. How do we go? Oh, we lost. Okay, so we lost in the round of 32 to Dinamo Zagreb. So, a very interesting first season in the Premier League, but we have survived relegation comfortably in the end. Very excited for Ndombele to join us at the Stadium of Light next season. Season 6, let's crack on and make it even better. We are going to begin this season upgrading in the central defensive role again. It is Andreas Christensen, the Danish defender, coming to the Stadium of Light from Stamford Bridge. £31.8 million for his services. Absolutely stoked with that. Quite clearly, we are looking to make some business happen again. More business on top of Christensen in that centre-back spot. Jeremy Jelin has departed the club off to Leicester City for £23.4 million. So our whole back line, or our centre-backs at least, have been revolutionised. Evan Ndika joins us from Lyon, £33 million for the young Frenchman. Very excited to see him continue his development at the Stadium of Light. So we focused solely on the defense this window. Christensen and Ndika in, Jelin out of the club. And this is what the starting lineup now looks like. I think it's safe to say that we are developing quite a strong side here at Sunderland. Of course, Ndombele came in as well. But personally, I want to push for European qualification this season. But we'll see how that hope is developing on the 1st of January. Okay, this is sort of what we want to see. We're halfway through the season on the 1st of January and we find ourselves in 7th position in striking distance of not only Europa League but also Champions League football. Playing in the Champions League next season would be awesome, but we need to get up there. 5 points behind City and Wolves. Can we catch them? Shaking things up slightly here. He's been here for quite a while, but we have sold Marcus Schubert to Bournemouth for £26.5 million. Very, very interested to see if we can get a suitable replacement for him. And there it is. We have brought in Andre Onana from Ajax. The Cameroonian goalkeeper has signed for £28 million, 87 rated. That's a 5 overall increase. Great pickup. So it's all goalkeepers this transfer window. Onana in, Schubert out of the club. This is what the side looks like now. A little bit of injury issues to Ndika and Claude Maurice, excuse me, but I'm interested to see, are we going to get over the line? Are we going to get into Champions League football for next season, for the 7th season? Let's go find out the answer. Oh, we are so close to that Europa League 5th position. Hopefully, we have qualified still for the Europa League. Hopefully, the teams in the top 5 have won some of the cups so that we get through to the Europa League next season. But Arsenal are your Premier League champions. We finish in 6th. Next season, we're going to be such a whole level above, but it is going to be Swansea, Fulham and Huddersfield all relegated. Manchester United did take down Everton to win the FA Cup. Manchester City took down Arsenal to win the Carabao Cup. Chelsea are the Champions League winners for this season, taking down Real Madrid 1-0. And Liverpool, they are the Europa League winners, 3-2 win over Roma. So we're getting closer and closer every season, but it is now time to move on to season number 7 with the Black Cats. Let's push on with Sunderland. Our 7th season as the gaffer of Sunderland results in us signing a new left back, Achraf Hakimi, the Moroccan. Now, I always thought he was a right back in career mode, but his default position after the latest update has changed to a left back, which is great news for us. We have signed him for just £33.7 million from Leicester. He had less than 12 months remaining on his contract. We got him on a bargain, and he is a big addition to our side. So, a pretty significant player departure. One of the guys that's been here since before we started, Duncan Watmore, headed to Norwich City for £1.7 million. Max Power. I'm sorry, that's the worst Homer Simpson impression ever. But we have sold Max Power to Mets for £2.8 million. Charlie Wyke is the latest player to depart the club, getting rid of a lot of the older players now, but the Englishman heads to Middlesbrough for £730,000. Looking at the squad, I thought, okay, it's time for us to upgrade again at the left mid role. So, Alexis Claude Maurice headed back to France, but he's a lot more valuable of a player than when he left. He has been signed by Olympique Lyon for £60 million. Oh, lads, look at this. It is a sight to behold. Jadon Sancho wearing Sunderland red and white. But the most astonishing thing is the price we paid for Sancho. When I was looking for a new left midfielder, there was a few names that I was interested in. But when I saw that Sancho had a release clause of £38.9 million, I was almost in tears. What a beautiful thing to behold, and Jadon Sancho is going to be our new left midfielder. Despite being a natural right midfielder, he can play on the left. So, welcome to Sunderland, Jadon Sancho. We have sold Jack Baldwin as well to Zaragoza for £1.5 million, along with Ozturk to Birmingham City for £560,000. The two former Dortmund lads now at Sunderland, Hakimi and Sancho, into the club. What more power, Wyke, Claude Maurice and Ozturk out of the club. Still got a little bit of money left over, but I'm going to wait till January and see how we are progressing. But we are in the Europa League group stages, which is a good thing, but the goal this year is to make sure we qualify for the Champions League. Oh God, lads. Look at the loss column. 0 losses. We're on track for an invincible season with Sunderland. Imagine the scenes if that happened. Imagine if we didn't lose a single game with Sunderland. But honestly, I just want to make sure that we're in the top 4. If we win the league and go invincible, then that would be insane. That would be awesome. I think that would be the first time in rebuild history that we went invincible. But top 4, that's the number 1 goal. This is a huge pickup here. And Dicker just isn't doing it for us this season, and our squad has progressed past him. So I thought, screw it. Let's go and get ourselves a new centre-back. And it is Thilo Kehrer. He is an absolute gun on career mode. We have signed him from Juventus for £55.2 million. Welcome to Sunderland, mate. So Kehrer in. So excited to have him into the squad. Are we going to remain invincible? Are we going to get Champions League football? Let's go and find out. Oh, we haven't gone undefeated. We haven't gone invincible, but we have become Premier League champions with Sunderland. And most importantly, we have become Champions League participants in Season 8. As we scroll down the Premier League table, however, the teams relegated, Newcastle United. One side of Newcastle, one side of whatever town. Is Sunderland a town? I don't even know, but where our rivals are relegated whilst we are Premier League champions. It's kind of the opposite in real life, but Newcastle, Watford and Cardiff all going down. Chelsea have taken down Liverpool to win the FA Cup final. Chelsea have won the Carabao Cup final as well, 1-0 over Southampton, so a busy season for them. Real Madrid have taken down Manchester United to win the Champions League on penalties. I am so interested to see how we're going to go next season in the Champions League. Are we going to win it first time? And Chelsea, they've won the Europa League, so a busy season for them. They took down Real Sociedad in the final. How'd we go though? We topped our group, didn't lose the game there, which is good to see. Round of 32, which is where we went out last season, we took down Werder Bremen. Round of 16, we took down Everton 2-1. Quarterfinals, we lost on away goals to Inter, so we made the quarterfinals of the Europa League. So that is exactly what we wanted from this season. We have won the Premier League. I'm getting a little bit ahead of myself. We've won the Premier League. Our side's looking mighty fine. A few more upgrades next season, and I think we're going to go so well in the Champions League. Let's get into the 8th season with the Black Cats. Season number 8 with Sunderland begins with a ginormous player signing. Anthony Martial joining us here at the Stadium of Light. More than likely going to play this guy at striker. Might put him at left midfield, I should say, and put Sancho on the right. But that is a huge pickup. £105 million for the Frenchman. Welcome to Sunderland, Anthony Martial. And we have decided to move on Christian Ferreira here. The Argentine is off to Fiorentina for £39.4 million. Another player departure as Denver Hume has moved to the French League, off to Toulouse for £4.85 million. And another upgrade to the side, this time at the central midfield role. We have brought in Federico Valverde from Manchester City. The Uruguayan midfielder makes the move for £67.1 million. Also, how good do the gold badges look on that Sunderland kit? So nice. Perhaps the oldest signing we have ever made in a rebuild, but we have bought Roman Berkey as a backup goalkeeper. He is 34 years of age, but he's 86 rated, so even if he does regress slightly this season, I would only expect him to go down to an 85, 84 probably at worst. So for £21 million, that's a handy pickup as a backup goalkeeper. Welcome to Sunderland, Roman Berkey. So we have really signalled our intent to go all the way in the Champions League in our first season. £193 million spent on Tony Martial, Valverde and Berkey. We have sold Ferreira and Hume, but this is what the starting lineup now looks like. A very good side, especially that midfield. That midfield looks ridiculous, but let's go and have a look at what our Champions League group is looking like this season. So we have been drawn into Group D this season, and it's an interesting group. It's a group that I think we should be getting out of, but some danger sides. Lyon in there, they're a very good side in career mode. And then PSV and Sturm Graz. Very interested to see how we turn out in this first season of the Champions League. Can we get to the round of 16 and beyond? Let's get a bit of an idea. As easy as you'd like. We go undefeated in the Champions League group stages. Coming a bit of a trend for us to go undefeated, but we go through comfortably along with Lyon. And now the question is, who are we going to be facing for our first knockout game? The round of 16, we are versing, FC Midtjylland from Denmark, I believe they're from. That's an interesting opponent for sure. Can't remember the last time I versed them in a career mode knockout game, so definitely a bit of a luck of the draw there in the round of 16. Good news in the Premier League as well. On the 1st of January, our quest to go back-to-back in the Premier League is off to a good start. Obviously, the main goal is just to get top 4 so that we can get another shot in season number 9 if we don't win it this season. But we are sitting top of the table. I will cop that. And after that £193 million transfer window in the summer, we haven't done any business. No real surprise there. Very interested to see whether this side is good enough to go deep in the Champions League this season. Alright, the first leg of the round of 16 here, away against Sunderland. Big blow as Martial is injured for this leg, but he will be back for the home leg, hopefully. So we have brought Under back into the right-hand side. Sancho goes back on the left-hand side. And the goal here is number 1, to get away goals. Number 2, no injuries. Number 3, no suspensions. So we want to get some away goals. We're nearing halftime and nothing is happening here. They take the lead. Oh my god. Onyeka has put Midtjylland in front, but Kera has equalized and got us an away goal in the process. Is there going to be something changed in the last few minutes? And Ndombele got a yellow card, but we take a narrow advantage into the second leg at the Stadium of Light. Alright, it's time for the home leg now. Anthony Martial, I don't want to play it, I want to simulate it. Anthony Martial back into the starting lineup, but unfortunately we get him back, but Ndombele is suspended for the second leg. So we need to keep a clean sheet. Martial puts us in front further though. We are 2-1 up here. Midtjylland need to score a goal. We get a second goal through Josh Sargent. Brilliant to see. Samare surely books us our spot in the quarterfinals. Now we just need to make sure we don't get any injuries or suspensions. We are 5-0 up here. Insane stuff. We go through 6-1 on aggregate. An all-English affair here in the Champions League quarterfinals, as we have been drawn up against the Gunners. We are versing Arsenal, fighting it out for a spot in the Champions League semi-finals. Alright, so the home leg here, at home at the Stadium of Light. I don't like having the home leg first, but we need to make sure we keep a clean sheet here. Who do they have, Arsenal? They've got Martinez, they've got Party, Rocker, Maitland-Niles, Diop. It's a decent side here. I would say that ours is stronger. They got Rocker as well, but we take the lead. The American Josh Sargent getting us a 1-0 advantage. Half an hour to go in this one. 20 minutes to go now. Can we get a second goal here to double our advantage? Last few moments. Sancho in the 88th gives us a huge advantage. 2-0 up here, headed into the away leg. Alright, it is the away leg here. Away at the Emirates. Trying to get ourselves through to the semi-finals. We have a 2-0 advantage here. Come on, lads. We're going to get an away goal. Sargent getting us an away goal. We are 3-0 up here with an away goal. They need 4 goals, Arsenal. Is it going to happen? You'd strongly bet against it. Sargent gets us a second. We're surely going through to the semi-finals of the Champions League now. And Ndombele with a yellow card. We don't want any suspensions. We don't want any injuries. We're going to wrap it up. Sargent with a hat-trick. Take a bow, you beautiful American ginger. We're through to the semi-finals. Another all-English contest here. We took down Arsenal, but now we have to take down the Blues. We have to take down Chelsea. They did offer us the Chelsea job a few seasons ago, so hopefully they don't make us pay for rejecting that. And hopefully we can get ourselves through to the Champions League final in our first time of asking. Alright, here it is, fellas. It is the home leg up first here at the Stadium of Light. Keeping clean sheet is absolutely paramount. Who do Chelsea have on their side? Kepa is the player manager in between the sticks. They've got Van de Beek there. Van de Beek's someone I looked at signing, but I ended up going with Valverde. They've got Hudson-Odoi, they've got Wesley, they've got Kingsley Coman. They've got a nice side here, Chelsea. 0-0 at the moment, which is good by me. Abraham on for Chelsea. Samare on for Dal for us. 20 minutes to go here. Sancho gives us the lead. Jadon Sancho, they get a red card through red sauce. That is big. We keep a clean sheet. We get the advantage. Come on, Sunderland. One more leg to go. All right, the away leg at the Stamford Bridge, at the bridge. All we need is to get a result here. 1-0 up. An away goal for us would be absolutely bloody brilliant. Come on. Let's leave the bridge champions. Yes, we're going through. We're ahead. Away goal. We're not going through yet. I don't know why I said it like that. And I don't know why I said we'd be champions, but we have a 2-1 advantage. We have an away goal. Come on, Chelsea need to score 2 goals now. 15 minutes. No more injuries, no suspensions. There it is, lads. We are through to the Champions League final with Sunderland. A pretty tame second leg here, but we are versing either Barcelona or Real Betis in the Champions League final for season number 8. How bloody interesting is this? Real Betis in the Champions League final. I was not expecting that. I was expecting Barcelona for sure. But just like us, they have taken down Barcelona 2-1. I am happy with that. It's a nice change of pace here. Very interested to see who they have. But Sunderland versus Real Betis. And what a Champions League matchup. Taking a look around the other tournaments, however, Atletico Madrid are champions of the Europa League. On penalties, they win against AC Milan. One of the tightest Premier League races you will see in a long time. It has come down to the final day. Only 2 points separate us and first place Arsenal, but Arsenal have won the Premier League. We have finished in 4th, meaning even if we lose to Real Betis tonight, we will get another shot in Season 9 to win the Champions League. Scrolling down the table though to check out the relegation battle, and it is going to be Fulham, Burnley and Huddersfield all relegated. We did manage to win the Community Shield at the start of the season 2-1 over Chelsea. Manchester United took down Brighton to win the FA Cup, and Leicester City took down Tottenham to win the Carabao Cup. But here it is, lads, a look at our squad report. Berkey's gone down 3 overall, oh my. But we're having a look at the squad report here. Diogo Dalot is going to be out of the Champions League final, so we're going to play Thilo Kehrer in that right back spot, and then Ndika is going to come into the central defensive role. But very excited to see what is going to happen in this Champions League final. A crazy prospect taking on Real Betis. A great opportunity to round out the rebuild with Sunderland. Let's get into the Champions League final in season number 8. They've got green stripes, we've got red, but only one team is going to leave Wembley as European champion. Let's make sure that it's Sunderland. Kwame on the attack. Bamba, back post, we've got to win that, we win it, but Haaland, his header just goes over thankfully. The ball and a half through here, Kehrer is way too slow, but he catches up finally. Win that, Hakimi, oh my god, that was heart attack material. Come on. I see you, Sancho. Beautiful ball from Ndombele to Sancho. Bamba's got no stamina, so we're going to try abusing that. Sancho, that's not the pass I wanted, but we're still on the attack. Hit that. Oh, it's saved from Lopez. Win that header. Well done from Kehrer. I don't know why he's so high up, but we'll make the most of it in this opportunity because we are on the attack. There's some space opening up here. Going through. Sergeant Green times it. And the American striker, who has been so influential for us across this entire rebuild, has opened the scoring and given us the lead in the Champions League final here with Sunderland. Beautiful passing play. They were putting us under pressure. What a finish as well from the American. 1-0 Sunderland. Come on, you Black Cats. Corner here on the stroke of half-time for Real Betis. We've got the lead, but now we need to maintain it. It goes in there. They're going to get the header. It's going to go over, thankfully, and that's going to see half-time. Kwame on the attack here for Betis. Haaland, oh my god. That ball seemed like it was in the air forever. I thought we were going to concede there. Counting our blessings big time. Come on, lads. Sargent, beautiful ball. Valverde, Green times it. You've got to, you can't let us shoot those ones. We're going to score it 9 times out of 10. And there it is. Valverde, the man we signed this season, has doubled our advantage here in the Champions League final. Full credit, though, to Sargent, who drew in 2 defenders. Valverde with a beautiful green time finish. And we are now 2-0 up here in the Champions League final at Wembley. Here we go. Kyra, third goal would just about finish it. We get some good numbers here. It's Dal, the captain, hits it. Oh, he hits the post. Martial, he's going to hit it. It's a goal line clearance. Oh, man, that could have just about finished it all. How close did we get here? Probably should have hit it a little bit harder, but that's good defending. Nicely won from Sancho, and now we find ourselves on the counter. It's going to be some nice link-up play between Sargent, Dal, and Sancho. Dal through. Valverde off the crossbar. Martial the follow-up. We are killing them. We are absolutely killing them here. That is a third goal. Fitting to do the 3 celebration, but we're going to be champions of Europe surely now. They've looked alright in spades, Betis, but their defense has been very easy to break down at times. Playing 3 at the back when we've got so many dangerous attackers is one way to screw yourself over. Martial missed an opportunity like this earlier, but now he makes the most of it. Akanji taps it over the line for us, but we are going to take a 3-0 advantage. Oh yes, beautiful back heel there from Sancho to Kyra. I see you at the back post, Martial. For a brace. Oh my god, that was a shot. That was a shot and it looked like a pass. We've got a corner here. I'm going to try something a little bit experimental. I'm going to drill this one with Sancho. It's going to come out to Christensen, who's going to hit it. Oh my god. Oh, I thought that went in. I thought that ball went in. If Christensen scored that, I would have said hacks. Oh my god, I thought we scored that. So a late corner here in stoppage time for Betis. It's only going to be a consolation goal. It's going to go through though to O'Day into the gloves of Andre Onana. And we will chill things out here because we are going to be champions of Europe with Sunderland. Less than a minute remaining, lads. It has been such an enjoyable rebuild. One of my favourite rebuilds I've ever worked on, if I'm being completely honest. But come on, let's clear it so we can be champions finally. It's going to go in there, offside. We're going to hit it away, and we are going to be champions of Europe. So, lads, if you enjoyed this rebuild, make sure you leave a like on the video. Make sure you bloody scorpion kick that subscribe button down below if you are new around here. That is another rebuild done and dusted. I'm going to let you enjoy the title celebrations. It's a dominant win over Betis. It has been JarradHD here. I am out. Peace.
Would you like me if I were prettier? I can jog, I'll get my skinnier. I'll take class to be the smartest one. I'll put out to get your attention. If I try, you're like, don't talk to me. I'm so miserable, cynical, emotional. You're so hard, I don't get that game to play. But you're wonderful, cynical, emotional. But you hate me. You tell your stories about it lately. Yeah, it's on a ship, it's different. And I hate talking about it, use me till I'm gone. Would you like me if I do what you want? Tell me fast, I'll see if I get down.